Hey there, this is Rick Thomas with Thomas Family Insurance, come to you with this week's Medicare Monday. Thomas Family Insurance is not just about enrolling you into a plan and earning a commission and never hearing from us again. It's about serving and helping those seniors navigate those golden years. One of the tools that I've used in the past on a one on one basis is a website called benefitscheckup.org. This week, I'm going to give you the keys to that car, and you can take it for a spin if you want. It is there. If you need a driver, if you need us to help, we can help navigate you and we'll help you point you in the right direction. But keep in mind, we do have a lot of clients, so be patient with us. Uh, we're not able to do everything for you, but this will let you know some of the tools and some of the programs that are available to help based upon your income and where you live. For this to work, you really do need to have access to an email. We can send you a report. In that report, it's going to have all that you need to apply for the benefits, to know what you qualify for, and it's a pretty lengthy report. We're talking hundreds of pages. So I'm not going to be able to print them out and mail them to you. And if you don't have access to email, we can do a case by case basis of some of the benefits, but we're not going to be able to send you, again, 200 pages report for each of our clients. I just can't afford to print out that much stuff and mail it out. But we are here to guide you and point you in the right direction. So let's get started with what this plan does and or what this benefits website does and how it works. All right. So benefitscheckup.org is a website put out by the National Council of Aging. It helps find what financial assistance for healthcare, food, utilities, and other things that you're eligible for. And it puts all in one spot based upon your income and where you live. It's a pretty neat a program, again, put out by the National Council of Aging. And make sure that you're not going to miss out on any of these important benefits. So to get started, you can click on the link or go to www.benefitscheckup.org. You can do this on your phone, on a tablet, on a computer. This is the website that you need to go to. If you do not have access to this, we can do some of this stuff for you, but when it comes to applying for, Medicaid or low income subsidies, um, we'll help on an individual basis as needed, but really our goal is to help point you in the right direction. But those who need help, never fear, we are here to help. All right, so when you go to that website, you're going to start off with I would recommend going ahead and logging in, creating your portal, so you don't have to redo everything every time you go in there. It's not required though. You can simply type in your zip code and get started. And then once you do that, you will see what programs you might qualify for. And there's a bunch of stuff that's out there, again, based upon the state and the county and your income of things that you might qualify for. And I'm going to give you an example of one of the reports that I did earlier. So we could find out how to get help paying for food, like the SNAP program that a lot of my clients will use. They used to call those food stamps, and there's even help for medications. This is one of the most important things. Why I want to share this is while I am helping people find the things that they need to have. I also believe in the adage, you give the man a fish, you feed him for today, but you teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. So I want you to learn how to be able to do some of this stuff on your own. All right. So once you type in your zip code, you'll type in some general information. You need to know, what year were you born. We're not going to ask for exact birth dates because this we don't want HIPAA violations, but they're going to need to know basically the year and the month you were born. It's going to ask, are you single, married, have any dependents? And there's a lot of information here. And this is not just for people on Medicare. So if you have kids or grandkids that are kind of struggling with some things, they don't know what help is available, this will work for them as well. All right. So when you enter your information, they're going to ask for your zip code, basic questions about your household size, your income, expenses, any medical conditions, what insurance you have. You need to be as honest as possible on this. Again, we could type all this stuff in for you if you don't have access to the internet, but for privacy stuff, we just want to be a little careful with who you share the information with. All right. And then you're going to be able to get a report. This is where I'm saying you basically need to have email to be able to see everything because the report is extensive. And we're going to ask, all right, do you want information about healthcare and medicine, aging in place, disability, tax help, and so on? So these are all the programs that you can add on your report. And again, if we do it for you, we can email you the report or you can download it yourself. But again, you pretty much need to have access to the internet to be able to do this. All right, so when you review your results, it's going to generate the list based upon the things that you qualify for. Again, based upon where you live, based upon your income, and based upon the factors that we put in there. Whether it's help with, Medicare savings program, like we need help paying for Medicare, food stamps, utility assistance, all the stuff that's available is going to be shown up on this report. All right. So when you review the results, there's going to be categories: food and nutrition, healthcare and medication, and so on. So again, what you're interested in, it will generate in that report. Even when it's things like long-term care, we don't want to think about nursing homes, but there is help that's available across the board for a lot of these services. All right, so when you review your reports, it's going to be based upon page numbers. Again, we're talking about a big document based upon what you're eligible for. It'll give you the page number and the table of content. I'm just going to show you the table of content of one of the reports that I generated earlier today to prepare for this. But like for housing and utilities, it has some information like what's the FAIR program, the citizen sewer exemption. I don't know what a lot of this stuff is. I am not an expert. I am not a social worker in this field. All I know is this is a tool that can help a lot of my clients if they need that. So if you want information, for example, about the weatherized assistance program, we'd go to page 21. It's going to give you that information and also going to give you the contact information on who you need to contact as well. Going on, it talks about aging in place. There's some programs that's available in Chicago. Obviously, it's not downstate. We have some crisis numbers, some disabilities for people dealing with Alzheimer's or whatever. I mean, there's a ton of resources that's available. Talk about getting some annual passes for like park districts, volunteer programs. One of the biggest issues that um, faces seniors is loneliness, right? They don't have anybody to talk to. Their family is gone and they're just by themselves. Well, there are volunteer programs like the foster grandparent program that can help kind of give some meaning for people and give them some direction. And it's in these kids who don't have grandkids could really use that help. So it's a win-win situation. We also talk about food and nutrition from food banks to SNAP and all those different programs. Again, a bunch of information is available in that report. We go on health and medication. Again, if we need to apply for Medicaid, it's going to tell you what you might qualify for. It's going to give you information about the Medicare Needy Spin Down program. Again, this is all based upon the income that I put in here. Your report is going to be based upon your income and where you live. Even some income things. Hey, you might want to you go out there and get a job. You want to do some work that's out there. There's some innovation programs that are out there as well. And again, more volunteering programs that are available. Talks about long-term care. Again, I typed in Illinois, so it's going to give us information about Illinois information. Whatever state you put in there, it's going to give up your information. If you need some help with taxes, there's information there as well. And transportation as well. Again, I put in the city of Quincy, so this is going to bring up information about the city busing and ride shares and things like this, based upon where you live. All right. For veterans, there are a lot of programs that's available for veterans, and the VA does a great job of getting that information out. But there might be some stuff that you're available for that you're not aware of. This is a great place to go and do some of that investigation to see, do you need to apply? Is it worth your time? Going on with more information about veterans from the pension. Maybe you qualify for a pension or some assistance programs. Again, there are a lot of tools that is available. All right, to apply for these benefits, if you have access to the internet, some of them will just have a link. You can press on that link and you can apply right online. Some of them are going to require you to print out some forms. Sometimes you got to call them and they mail you some information. Each one has its own rules in that report. Some tips: make sure you're honest, be accurate. Don't say that you're making, $2,000 a month when you're really making $38,000 a month or $3,800 a month, because you're going to be applying for things that you're not going to be eligible for. So be as honest as possible. Um, Check back regularly. Go back to that website, because things change. Just because there's a program available this year doesn't mean it's going to be available next year. There might be something new. And the National Cancer or National Council of Aging, NCOA, has, again, the websites and the chat lines and things you could ask. That is what they get paid to do. That is their mission in life. All right, so how can you apply for some of these things? It will give you on that report. You click on the link, and you can apply for food stamps right through that portal. You can apply for the low income subsidy. It will bring you to the Social Security website, and you do things right online. Or the aging in place, for example, if you want some adult daycare services, they'll give you a phone number where you have to call and get some information there. So some things are done online, some things you have to call in for. Just as a note, you want to be very careful to avoid scams. This is a free program. You will never ever pay a fee. If someone's trying to charge you to do this stuff, that is unethical and illegal. This is at no cost to me. It is no cost to you. It's a wonderful program that they have in place, but not everybody knows about it. You do really want to be careful of any emails or calls when they're asking some personal information. So hopefully you know me and trust me a little bit. We're doing business in the insurance space, but there is no reason for us to have your social security number or to have your banking information. But if you apply for these programs, if you know where you're going, they might need that information. So just be careful with who you give that personal information to. And if you're not sure if it's legitimate, do not proceed. Call and verify with whatever source that you're getting. And one of the things that's a constant battle is people are getting calls. Hey, this is Mary with Medicare, and we want to make sure you have the most up-to-date information. It's a pre-recorded call. Well, it ain't Mary, and she ain't with Medicare. She is a scam artist that is doing telemarketing campaigns designed to steer and steal my clients, and it really ticks me off. So be very, very careful. This website is legitimate, benefitscheckup.org. It will bring you to legitimate places. But any other thing than that, you want to do investigation to make sure that it is safe. All right. So that wraps up this Medicare Monday. And as always, it's not really what you know, but it's who you know. And you guys know me. I'm here to make sure we can provide the most value for you as possible. It is not just about enrolling and getting paid. It is about taking care of an extension of my family, which is my clients. We are Thomas Family Insurance for a reason. I do try to keep my clients. Treat them like family. So, and if you're not able to do these online tools, we can do some of it for you. Call Trish and schedule a time, and she can type in all the information and generate that report and email it to you. However, when it comes to applying for these services, we're not going to be able to do a lot of that stuff. So again, I don't want to go to Social Security and apply for you online, but we could tell you what you could qualify for and give you the steps and directions on where you need to go. We're going to do what we can to help you and move you in the right direction. All right. If you know of anybody else in the Medicare world who does not have an agent to guide them through this craziness we call Medicare, feel free to share this video with them. Feel free to share my contact information. We are here to help everybody. All right. Thank you very much. God bless, and have a wonderful week.